Well, here's a nice piece of design work for garden development of gardens in and around a dwelling, which is this angled cross-hatched area through here. So there's the landscape layout. What I'd like to draw your attention to is that various indicators in here, say for the sake of argument, if we zoom on the lawned area here and we look over in the properties box, it's a green color 98, but has had a transparency of 100 set to it. And if we look at this green strip over here and down through here, there is again a transparency of 50 that's set here. So colors are being controlled by controlling the transparency of individual entities. That's fine, it works really well. The transparency technique is particularly useful for showing upper canopy so that you can see down through it. But that's not really necessary in this particular design. The disadvantage of using transparency in this way, is that if we want to print this to a high quality print, if you go to layout and I look at layout and the layouts manager, we're printing here, we're intending to print on an A3 sheet. If we use one of the PDF writers that exist, the free PDF writers such as BullZip or gCADPlus, this drawing won't print. You won't be able to get a really high resolution. That's the reason, of course, why we have the file and save as PDF tool, and that does quite a reasonable job. I can set window and high, and I can run a box around an area and print it. We'll just put it on the desktop and call it gCADPlus. I've got line weight on, set at the default, and let me zoom out here in Acrobat Reader, and we're getting a reasonable view of the design. We could probably make it a little darker by changing by altering the thickness of the line that is used in the default. But what I want to show is that if you have a need to print to a proper PDF writer, then you can achieve the very same end result by setting color in a different way. And so let's now look at that. Well, what I've done is put a series of rectangles over to the right. So if I wanted to color this green strip through here, we select it. It has a transparency of 50 and its color has been set. I think we can do a better job by simply picking this color here. So we can go modify, match properties of this one to that one, and what we do need to do is set it and give it a border and give it a border color. I'm in the habit of making the border color almost black but not quite. So now it has a border color. I'll reverse it and use match properties, pick that one up and to there. Now when I want to change the color of this one from color 135, 182, 138 with a transparency of 50, I can just right click match properties and pick that one and pick that one. Now each of these has given us the same result. We've got the same look and feel, but those entities will now print when we're working with something like gCADPlus. And just to do another one, here's our green color. It was color 98 with a transparency of 100, and here's our similar green color. So let's move it over here. We're going to need, I think, a border, so let's set one. So we'll say it's filled and it has a border, and we'll set the color of the border like we did before to 251, and then match properties from that to the color in here. Now let's pick it over here. Transparency is 255, and there's been no noticeable effect on the drawing itself. So So I'll do one more on that while I'm at it, and pick there, and pick there, and then pick in the legend as well. So now the legend and those three green colours all have colour 155, 185 with transparency set at 255, and we're not controlling the colour at all in that way. So I won't bore you with going through all of these. Maybe we do the big one, which is this one here. Does not have a border around it, although I guess it could, and we just match the properties of our little sample block to that one there, and we're done. So we're fairly quickly moving this drawing into a situation where it can be printed with high quality PDF printing. As far as the rock, limestone rock is concerned there, I've put two colours here, one for the inner area, the darker one, and one for the outer area. So I think you can see it's quite a simple matter to update a drawing such as this, and a really good idea would be to keep a set of blocks such as this already as a separate drawing and just insert them into any drawing where you want to change from using transparency to full colour 255 full fill. Working in this way also overcomes what's a reasonably ugly look here with these steps. So again, we'll modify, match properties, grab this lot here, and we'll see if we can kill two birds with one stone here, and do that. And you can see we improve the look of those steps immeasurably by doing that. And we're also able to cover a reasonably wide area. If you are using match properties to swing from assigning transparency to entities, there's a quick way to just check whether you've achieved your aim, and that is click View and take off Transparent Render. And if you look in this area here where the vegetable patch is, as soon as I do that, you can see we need to adjust the transparency in that area, but we've done quite well with the rest of the design. And here's the result. If I switch my view and turn on Transparent Render, you may be able to see, let's concentrate on it again, that it's just that little box in the legend there that I need to fix. If there's a need, we can still utilize transparency. What I've done here is take that symbol for a tall tree on site, and I've gone in and edited the block. I've picked the circle, which I've said now is filled, and I've given it a transparency of 35, and that's what gave us that nice see-through look. But what I can do is simply say, no, it's not filled, and then close the block editor, and we go back to our original. So now, when we go into layout and we print this design, it should print quickly and make us a high quality PDF version of it. I'm going to go into Format and Line Weights, and I'm going to set that at 0, which is the thinnest line weight we can have, and go OK. And I just want to see what that looks like at high resolution. Well, here's the result in Acrobat Reader, and if I zoom in, I think you'll see that the line work is indeed fine. We can go way in, and lines are being drawn beautifully. So we've got high resolution, a high resolution of our design. There's nothing to stop us turning the transparent fill on and using File, Save as PDF. So that concludes a fairly detailed look at transparency in gCADPlus landscape drawings.